Drew, how you going?
Good, thanks, Josh.
So what prompted you to knock down Rebuild?
We've been in the area for a while, and my son goes to a local school, so we wanted to stay in the area, and obviously it's a great spot, and had a look around at a lot of the new developments and didn't really suit us, and so we just started looking around for someone that could build the sort of house we'd be happy with for a long time.
So what made you choose Zac Homes?
We looked at a lot of the large developers and some other smaller ones, and just found Zac Homes had a look at some of the other things they built, and they could build something that really suited this particular block. And the process from starting with having the first chat with Zac was nice and easy, so we decided to go with them. My wife picked some rather special tiles that at the time I thought they were great, but the good thing was being able to get in contact with Zac Homes and get an actual honest opinion on what it was actually going to cost to lay them, bar just the purchase. The price really went up a lot in square meterage if we started getting the really big flat tiles, and it was going to take the tilers a lot more, and that sort of thing helped us before we could set our budget and what we were after.
So how did the building process go for you during the construction time?
From the start to the finish, the design process was pretty straightforward, with dealing with their designers and drawers, and made a few changes. Particularly in the front, we were going to have a nice big open, very high ceiling entrance, and Zac Homes suggested that we may want to, instead of doing that, turn that into there was a room there to have a study and a large storage area. And we're very grateful for that because of resale value. I think it's much more appealing to have that extra study than something that we'd seen in a magazine and thought, well, that'd be great.
I understand that during the construction you often drove past the block. What was that?
We were renting close to here while this was being built, and it was a nice friendly build, like we'd often call past. And whilst there was an official line, and we didn't enter the site when no one was there, Zac Homes was always happy to look after us if we said we want to go in and inspect something. I won't say that I went onto the site when they weren't around, because I don't think I was meant to do that, but it was easy to talk to and easy to approach, and it's nothing like when you start to see the frame going up that you start to see the dimensions. And we were lucky enough that we changed a couple of small frames around to do with the size of the pantry and the encroaching into the garage a bit more, and and we wouldn't have got that if we didn't have that sort of contact.
So during the construction time, how long did it actually take from the very first time we put the slab down to when you got to move in?
Process was, in all, was about five to 6 months, which worked out perfectly because we'd taken out a 6-month lease on a rental property anyway. It did go particularly quickly. I think that had a lot to do with the nice flat block, but in general the trades were managed really well, and it went nice and smoothly.
So during the building phase, how was that communication between Zac Homes and yourself through the entire process?
Well, I had their number on my favourites.
Which is good.
Yeah, I had some...
Do you still have it there?
Yeah, I better check actually, I'm not sure if I do. But I certainly made a lot of calls. I did get a couple of big bills because I was continually asking about different things. But yeah, my calls were always taken, they weren't ignored, which is...
They were phone bills, not variation bills?
No, they were phone bills, and it's like dealing with most people. The most frustrating bit is if someone doesn't return your call, and if my call wasn't answered, it was always returned a bit later in the day, which was always appreciated.
Now you've moved in after the construction period, are you happy with the house that we've built for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's nice to have friends and family over, and you've got this nice home, but we're continually looking at ways to add on and redecorate and keep moving forward. But in general, the layout and the design of the house that we were after is, and which was guided at the time by Zac Homes, it will remain timeless for quite some time, I think, with a couple of changes of paint colour, and which is often occurring. I think there'll be no reason to do anything drastic to this house in a long time.
Are you glad you chose to do a knockdown rebuild of Zac Homes?
Oh, definitely. I mean, the house that we had here isn't something that you would have renovated. The area now and the land value has increased, and there's, as you said, there's an associated value of being where you are, and as you can hear, we're nice and close to the Blue Mountains, and you get a lot of wildlife, and back onto near a golf course. So yeah, I couldn't see myself moving, and it was definitely the right place to build.
You seem happy with the Zac home you got built for you. Would you recommend us to other people?
The process was good, and it was a short time frame, and that we definitely feel we got value for money. So it is something that I've honestly said, and I have referred people to Zac Homes. My mother-in-law built with Zac Homes not long after us, so and I've had another good friend that's built with Zac Homes since then. So I'm actually going to start looking for some commission from Zac Homes. But
that
no.
call mightn't get answered.
No, that's the one that won't be returned. But no, definitely, I can honestly say that we're very happy with Zac Homes.
Well, here's your keys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for building a Zac home.
Cheers.